He gave me his number and I gave him my number, and I don't know why I did it, because at the time I was just like so upset, and this guy who was like super Irish and like kind of vaguely cute gave me a little bit of attention, made me smile, so I was like, oh whatever, let me give you my number. I left.
Just keep in mind, guys, that at this point, this woman is in a relationship and she's describing her cheating to some random guy she met at a bank. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, we're looking at a video submission through the Patreon titled, I Cheated on My Boyfriend. Now, this is part one. This is part two. I'm going to leave the link to part one in the top of the comments, in the pinned comments, so be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you're new here or if you're liking the videos, be sure to subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord if you haven't already. And if you'd like to support the channel, guys, be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description. But let's see what she has to say, guys.
And I went back to my apartment, and I really thought long and hard what I should do. Should I break up with this douchebag? Should I text the cute Irish guy? So I was really torn between two worlds here. And I decided that I was not going to text the cute Irish guy. I was just going to ignore him. If he was going to text me, I wasn't going to text back, because I was a good girlfriend and I wasn't going to do anything that my boyfriend would not be very fond of. But
yeah, I mean, you've already swapped number with this random guy at a bank, because because your boyfriend told you you were stupid. Which, hey, maybe you did something stupid. It sounded like you did something stupid, but yeah, I wouldn't do anything my boyfriend doesn't approve of. But you'd swap your number with a stranger at a bank. Guys, you see, girls try and chalk this up to like, oh, he's just a friend. He's not really anything like that. Girls in relationships, guys, they will collect backup plans. You as a guy, chances are you're probably quite loyal to your girlfriend. You know, you don't collect the backup plans. You don't collect other girls. Now, on this side of the internet, many men will tell you to have backups if you're in a relationship, and I am one of those people, guys. Please do not put all of your eggs in basket. We are not around here getting married in 2021. We are not around here paying for dates for girls who are seeing 5 guys at once, guys. At the end of the day, please understand that dating is very different in 2021. If you lead with provider qualities, like I mentioned in the last video, guys, expect to be put into that box and treated like crap. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say provider qualities, I mean things like, you know, providing financial resources, giving free attention, free validation, just in general, not valuing yourself and what you bring to the table, and thinking that the woman is everything. Let's continue.
about a week later, my boyfriend and I got into another fight, and I'm just going to go out and say this was a very abusive relationship on his part. He was extremely negative, extremely emotionally abusive, and at times physically abusive. And I just stayed with him out of comfort and out of the fact that I had very low self-esteem. I thought that I was deserving of this kind of treatment, and I thought that he really loved me, blah, blah, blah.
Guys, girls will use this, I'm not going to say it again because YouTube might just, you know, flag the video, right? But, you know, when girls use this A word, right? You know, the one that she just mentioned twice in that sentence. Now, I'm not saying those things don't occur. I'm not saying that at all. But in current years, guys, when girls use words like that, oftentimes it's just code for he wasn't giving me the attention I felt as though I deserved. And you notice how she's just painting herself as the victim here, guys. Like she's the victim. The guy's this terrible oppressor. I'm sure many of you guys, gentlemen in the comments, have been in relationships where, you know, you feel like you did everything right. You know, you did right by her. You tried to look after her. You gave her this and that. You tried to solve her problems. And then, you know, the end of the relationship rocks around, and then all of a sudden you're just this evil, terrible guy, and you have no idea what happened. Okay, at the end of the day, it all comes down to attention. And it's kind of hard to explain. I could go a bit in depth on it here. But at the end of the day, guys, women do not like to be held accountable for their actions. They just don't. And when you hold them accountable, what happens is they start to go, oh, well, you're emotionally, insert the A word here. You know, you're like this terrible guy, and then what they do is they go and tell all their friends that you put your foot down on a certain issue, and then all of their friends encourage them to get in situations like this one, where she's cheating, right? And she just becomes the victim. Guys, whenever you put your foot down with a girl, and particularly girls who do have low self-esteem, I understand she's trying to paint herself as a victim, but make no mistake, this woman does have low self-esteem. They're going to cry about it and use it as justification for their actions against you.
Well, whatever. Another video for another time. At one point I kind of reached my breaking point and I decided I was going to text back this Irish guy who did text me a few times during like the week that I was ignoring him, but I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna talk to him. So I texted him and he said that he wanted to hang out and he wanted to go meet me at like an Irish pub or something, and I told him, oh, I know just the place. There's this place called the Blarney Stone in Midtown West and they allow underage drinking. This is just a commonly known thing throughout my college campus community. Everybody goes to the Blarney Stone. I'll be honest, he wasn't like the hottest guy in the world, but the fact that he had an adorable Irish accent just like completely won me over, and I'm a total sucker for accents, like British accents. I would even go for a Scottish accent, I'll be honest, even though it sounds pretty angry. Irish, Australian, South African, like any of those, done. Close.
Yeah, guys, at the start of this video, she was talking about how cheating is terrible. Just bear that in mind. So if you haven't seen part 1, again, the link for that is going to be in the top of it's going to be in the pinned comments. But this woman was against cheating, by the way, and she's speaking about her cheating experience like this. So
off. 3 weeks after that, me and Irish lad became very, very close. We became really good friends. We'd hang out all the time. One day that I was feeling really, really ballsy and I knew that my boyfriend was at work. So me and Irish lad, who up until this point hadn't even kissed. All we had done up until this point was just hang out, have a good time, mild flirting, and then I believe one time we held hands. But I was feeling ballsy this particular day and I said, why don't we go back to my place? I want you to see my apartment and where I live. So we walk into my apartment, walk into my bedroom, and I'm showing him around, giving him like a tour of the place, even though it was like super tiny. And at one point, he like grabs me and he kisses me.
guys, girls will do this thing. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, if you're on a date, again, if you're a guy who's choosing to date, I know we got a lot of monks over here, guys who are choosing not to date, which I totally understand. But guys, if you're into casual hookups or you're still choosing to date, please understand that when you go to a girl's house or vice versa, they need some kind of excuse to brush it off and to actually sleep with you. So if you say to a girl, hey, come over to my place, and then like you don't really have like a fallback activity, chances are she's not going to want to risk her social reputation to come and stay over at your house. But if you provide just any stupid excuse that sounds halfway reasonable, then she has an excuse to actually come over to her house, and she has the justification of, oh, it just happened. Guys, if you're looking to sleep with a girl, it has to be the man's fault. You see what I'm saying? It has to be. Let me just go back here for a second. Guys, it has to be your fault as the man, for the sleeping together occurring. It can't be like generally it just can't be her idea, because in order for that to happen, the woman would have to risk her social reputation, and she's in general just not going to do that. So if you're inviting a girl back to your place, just make up some dumb excuse, like you're showing her a song, or you're showing her something, a view, or whatever the case may be, or you've got to go pick something up, or just make up some dumb excuse, so they have a rationalization for coming over. I just wanted to point that out real quick. Let's continue.
And I hesitated because at that point in time, I really, really felt like, wow, I am cheating on my boyfriend. Like, I am a cheater. I'm a bad person. I'm not being true to myself. Like, this is not me. So as soon as I kissed him, I pulled back and I said, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And he got really, really pissed off at me. He actually ended up leaving shortly after that. And I tried to text him a few times afterwards saying, I'm sorry, like, can we just be friends? I'm sorry that I led you on. And by the way, he knew the entire time that I had a boyfriend. So, I mean, I don't know really what he was thinking. I think that
he probably just knew that you were the type of person to cheat, right? Like, I got a lot of guys in the comments on last video. Like we all know, okay? Guys, if you watch videos like this enough, or if you go around and you meet people enough in real life, you know the signs. Okay, you can just honestly you can just see it in the eyes. This guy probably knew that you were willing to cheat on the boyfriend. But we'll see whether or not he actually continued to text you back. I think it would be a stupid idea to continue texting you. But let's see.
He was just trying to have like a summer fling, and he was on vacation, so he really didn't care. But I never did end up telling my ex-boyfriend this. I always kept it a secret, but we did end up breaking up like a couple months after this happened. It was definitely an eye-opening experience to me because it taught me that if at any point in time you find yourself doing things that question your own morals and question your character, then you shouldn't be doing them, first of all. And second of all, it's a sign that you're not in a healthy relationship and you should quit wasting your time and that person's time.
Yeah, guys, you cheating is a sign that you're not in a good relationship. You guys notice how this woman has cheated, okay? This woman has cheated, but then it's the man's fault, and she's in a bad relationship. I just want, guys, please let that sink in. The woman cheated, but it's the man's fault at the end of the day that she cheated. Someone in the comments, just make that make sense to me, because it makes absolutely zero sense. Now, I was going to get into a bit of a Reddit article, which I might do in a moment, but we'll see how much time we have left.
So that is my cheating experience. And weird turn of events, I'm still actually kind of friends with the Irish guy. We're friends on Facebook. We rarely ever talk. I think that maybe one day, in an alternate universe perhaps, me and the Irish lad will meet at the Blarney Stone and share another pint. Thank you guys for watching my...
Yeah, of course. Like, you've always... Guys, see, here's the thing. Like, she's just collected another guy. You see what I mean? Like, she probably has, like, a ton of guys in this exact same situation. If I was the Irish guy, I wouldn't talk to this woman at all, and I would go see other girls if I wanted to do that. But, guys, at the end of the day, of course, the woman cheats, it's your fault. And it just is what it is. Now, we might have a couple of minutes to jump into a Reddit story here, but I just want to do a quick shout out to the guys over on Patreon. So if you guys didn't know, I have a Patreon page where you can support the channel, get access to exclusive videos and other perks and stuff like that. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, having an extra line of contact to me, be sure to check that out. But we're going to quickly jump into the Reddit video, so I'm just going to swing this on up, guys. Now, I'm not going to read all of this, but I just to provide some context, because the theme of today is cheating. So we're going to have a bit of a read into this story, and then we'll wrap up the video. So, my wife, a 49-year-old, and I'm 47, will have been married for 18 years in July. The first 5 years were storybook quality, easygoing, fun, spontaneous. First child came in year 3, second child came in year 5. My wife had postpartum depression after the second child and had a hard time with it. I wasn't emotionally mature enough and was the opposite of helpful. Yeah, see, when guys say stuff like this, usually that's just the woman talking through him. You see what I mean? Now, I obviously don't know this guy, and it's speculation, but sentences like this are often the woman talking through the guy, and he starts to believe the terrible things that were said about him. She went to counseling and started some medication, and we built some walls and moved forward. Year 6 or 7, I find lots of correspondence between my wife and her high school boyfriend. Guys, this is exactly kind of what happened in this story here. Girls will keep contact with flings. They will keep backups and backups of men. Please don't think that if you're in a relationship, your girlfriend is an exception and she doesn't have the backups, because she probably does. And I'm not saying that to trying to be a rude idiot to your girlfriend or your relationship. I just think that you should be aware that should you fall flat on your face, she will have guys there ready to pick her up. It wasn't very graphic, but it was obvious that she wanted him. I loaded up the 2 kids and went to her job to confront her. She apologized and swore to make things right. I wanted to be married, so I agreed. Build some walls, back to the grind. Guys, you can't let stuff like this just slide with an apology. You see what I mean? You put your foot down. I understand this guy has kids, so it's not as easy to walk away from the situation. But at the end of the day, guys, you can't just be accepting these mediocre apologies, okay? You just absolutely can't. If you have options, you should just be walking away from this. I understand he has kids, but and I would probably stay together just for the good of the kids. Because as you guys know, kids with broken families and stuff like that, they don't fly as well. So you're doing a big disservice to your kids by not staying together. But you can't let disrespect like this fly, guys. Okay. Year 7 or 8, she tells me she does not want to be married anymore. I was told that I wasn't helping enough around the house. Also found out there was continued contact with the former boyfriend, even after we had agreed not to. And a very real S3 actual affair with another old friend. I wanted to stay together, so we agreed to counseling together. It was pretty much a train wreck. So we put our heads down, built some walls, and went back to life. Yeah, see, if you go to counseling as a guy, what it is it's just you being told a laundry list of things that you have to do. Okay, it's not actually. It's the burden comes upon you. All right. It's it's just not going to work for you as the man. Okay. So counseling, relationship counseling, guys. I would not recommend it. Do your own research, but I absolutely would not. Wanting to stay together after this terrible thing has happened to you is crazy, man. This shows a lack of self-respect, and this is probably the root cause of why she does all of this crap. Guys, if you, like, girls will walk all over you if you allow them to, right? Like, if you guys show weakness, and, you know, unfortunately, this does come in the form of showing emotion, despite what mainstream media will tell you, they will walk all over you and try and do crap like this. You as the man, guys, if you show, like, lack of boundaries, lack of self-respect, you're going to have stuff like this happen. And then the converse part to that is, like, even if you do show boundaries, oftentimes women will complain you're emotionally, insert a word, and they're not in a healthy relationship because you don't put up with their terrible behavior. Over the next several years, my wife lost her dad, and stepdad got fired from her store manager's position. I was less than unhelpful during those times. I was hurt by the affairs and focusing on me and what I wasn't getting from her during those times. More walls go up. Yeah, see, this is what happens, guys. You get in a marriage as a guy. She knows that she has you wrapped around her thumb, so she starts treating you like crap. She withholds bedroom fun, and then all of a sudden you're this terrible guy who is unhelpful. You have no obligation to be helpful, my guy. This woman sealed her fate when she disrespected you multiple times. Alright? This March, we have the first open and honest conversation in a long time, and a voice that we are both unhappy in our relationship. We were roommates and co-parents more than a couple. We agreed to continue to cohabitate and be open to dating other people. 2 days later, I realized I want her, not other people. She does not feel that way. I start therapy and exercising and quit drinking to black out every night. April, I find out that she has been having an affair with yet another former boyfriend who lives in England. Nothing physical, that's a lie, but lots of graphical S3 exting and proclamations of love. He is also married, by the way. We have had lots of open and honest conversations since then, and I feel the people that fell in love years ago are still here. She says that she loves me, but is in love with him. Yeah, see, what happened here, guys, we're going to wrap up the story, honestly, here. Because we are honestly running out of time, and I need to be heading to the gym, guys. It is leg day. But you're not having open and honest conversations, okay? And guys, please understand that I've said this many times on the channel, but girls will sort you into one of two categories as a man, okay? Or generally speaking, and that is provider and a guy who is actually fun. If you're a provider, you're going to be in this guy's situation. You're going to have no bedroom fun. You're not going to have access to any of the excitement or the pleasantness. You're going to get job lists of things that you as a man are required to do. You're going to get all of these requirements. You're going to get no bedroom fun. All of these rules made for you. But this other guy who she's known for, 3 seconds will sleep with her, or some old boyfriend or something like that. But anyway, guys, we're going to leave today's video there. Bit of a long one. Hopefully you enjoyed part 2. Again, part 1 is in the description, guys. And if you want to support the channel, don't forget to check out the Patreon. Come and join the Discord as well, guys. Leave your comments below, share with each other, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.